Okay, so what if I told you that there's this one single dietary secret that the longest living people on Earth all share? It's something most of us totally overlook. Well, today we're going to build what I'm calling the longevity plate, and I promise it might just change how you look at food forever.
All right, to get started, just think about the last meal you ate. Seriously, what was going through your head when you put it together? Were you counting calories? Maybe tracking your macros, trying to cut carbs? We all have these little rules, right? These systems for building our plates. But what if we just shifted our focus? What if the goal wasn't just about today's health, but about something bigger, like a longer life? Suddenly, all those rules we just talked about kind of change, don't they? The whole game is different. It's not just about how you feel today, it's about stacking the deck for the long haul.
So, where do we even find the answer to that? Well, you go to the experts, right? And in this case, the experts are the people who are already doing it, the ones living these incredibly long, healthy lives. We're talking about centenarians. And the communities they live in, they hold the clues we're searching for. And here's the fascinating part. It turns out these aren't just random, lucky people scattered around the globe. Nope. Researchers have actually pinpointed 5 specific regions in the world with the highest concentration of centenarians. These are these so-called blue zones, places where people just seem to live longer and healthier.
I mean, just look at this list. These places are literally all over the map. You've got Sardinia in Italy, Icaria in Greece, Nicoya in Costa Rica, even a community right in the US, in Loma Linda, California. Think about it. They have completely different genes, different cultures, different weather, and totally different food. So, what on earth could they all have in common? It's a real puzzle. Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? That's the puzzle we're here to solve. There has to be some kind of common thread, right? Some single dietary principle that ties them all together and explains this incredible longevity.
I mean, just try to picture it. You've got a shepherd in the hills of Sardinia, a fisherman on the coast of Okinawa, and a farmer in Costa Rica. They've never met. Their lives are worlds apart. What single dietary rule could they all be following without even knowing it? Okay, you ready for this? The answer is a low dietary acid load. That's it. That's the secret. Now hold on. Before your mind jumps to things like lemons or vinegar and you start thinking about acidic foods, it's not what you think. Let me break down what this really means. All right, let's unpack this idea of acid or base and the metabolic effect. Because honestly, this is where a lot of people get tripped up. It's not about the food itself, but what happens after you eat it. So here's the absolute key. Dietary acid load is all about the metabolic effect a food has on your body after digestion. It's not about the food's pH when it's on your plate. Think of it like burning wood in a fireplace. You're not interested in the log itself, you're interested in the ash it leaves behind. It's the same idea here. What does the food leave behind in your body? And I have to be super clear on this next point because it's a huge misconception. This is not about trying to change your blood's pH. Your body is incredible at keeping your blood pH in a very, very tight range. It's not going to budge. What we're talking about is simply supporting your body's natural balancing systems. We're making its job easier, reducing the overall stress on the system. And here is the perfect example to wrap your head around this, the lemon paradox. You bite into a lemon, and what do you taste? Acid, right? It's sour. But, and this is the amazing part, once your body metabolizes it, the effect it has is actually base forming. It helps your body's buffer system. This is the whole concept in a nutshell. A food's initial taste, or pH, has almost nothing to do with what it does inside you. Okay, so now we know the secret, we get the science. The big question is, what do we do with this information? How do we actually apply this longevity secret to our own plate? Well, it's all about rethinking your diet. So let's just recap the key takeaways here. First, the world's longest living people all share a diet with a low dietary acid load. Simple as that. Second, and this is crucial, it's all about the metabolic effect of the food, not its raw pH. And third, remember the lemon. Foods you think are acidic can actually have a base effect inside your body. It's pretty wild, right? So I'm going to leave you with a question, a little challenge. The next time you make a meal, just take a second and look at your plate through this new lens. Ask yourself, how could I lower its dietary acid load? Just think about it. How could you tip the scales just a little bit? It might just be one of the most important questions you can ask for your long-term health.